Okay, so let's talk about the clip launching program. So I wasn't going to do this because, as you guys all know, it's still in beta, the software, and there are some functions that they aren't working. At least I don't think they're working, so I decided actually not to do anything about the 2.0. But since a lot of you guys are curious on seeing how this clip launch stuff works and what are the limitations to the clip launching, I went ahead and decided to make this video. You guys want to know how many clips you can have per program? So you can have up to 128 clips. Okay, so you can have 16 plus 16, so the 8 bands you can fill them up with up to 128 clips, right? And you have, so once you're in the clip mode and you go here to the edit, you'll see that you have up to 32 mute groups. What that means is that you can have up to 32 sounds playing at the same time. Okay, now the question is, do I have to have them all vertically lined up? You don't need to have anything lined up. You line things up the way you want them to be on the pads. Okay, so it doesn't have to be vertically like you see on the Akai videos on YouTube. You put the pads wherever you want to put them. Okay. So I got a few clips already lined up, and I kind of put them in separate pads, so you can see me jump from pad to pad. You know, and pretty cool now. You don't have to double tap that. You just have a choice that you can just click it and it turns to the. You just have to click it once, and that's in the preferences. You can choose that option. So here I have a drum loop. And I'm going to go to this bank and play that one. So that's on the same mute group as that one. You see the mute group there? So that's on the same mute group. So it doesn't have to mute that way or any way. You basically choose which mute group each pad has. Okay? So as I said, you can have up to 32 sounds playing at the same time within one program. So if you have two programs of clip launching, you can have 64 sounds playing at the same time. Okay? And obviously the MPC software, it only takes up to 64 sounds at the same time. So it's 64 polyphony, the MPC software. Yeah, but the reason I was saying that this isn't actually ready to release because it's a beta, I've been finding that if you play a clip, then you switch to another track, the clip actually stops. It just stops on you. So I'm assuming that that's because of the beta. They're actually going to release the full version of it once it gets to the time to release the 2.0. But in the moment, the 2.0 software, if you're playing with a clip and then you change to a different track, the clip actually stops. So, I have a workaround where I just use the drum program to trigger the sounds. And now that you can warp a sound, you can actually use it in a drum program just by using the loop function on the pad and having the notes on instead of one shot. I can show you guys if you want to see that, but I just say let's wait for the 2.0 to come out so we can have the full function of the clips. But this is happening with the 2.0, I must say, because I think that people that are buying the live, I know they must have the full function of the clips. You know, if you have a MPC Live, I would love to know if you guys have the ability just to switch between tracks and still have the clips playing. So I can show you again. Now if I switch track, it just stops on you. So, you know, it's a beta, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't actually want to make the video. So I just wanted the 2.0 to come out, so we could actually enjoy the full functions of the clip launching programs. So as you see, you can use several banks. You can use the full banks with lots of clips, and I have something ready for you right here. All these pads have. Oh yeah, there's one thing that you need to know. So when you're warping the sound to a pad, you're not actually warping the sound, but you're warping the pad. You're giving a BPM warp to the pad. Okay, so if you put another sound to the same pad, if you switch the sound on the pad, the new sound that you put into the pad gets warped by the BPM that's assigned to the pad. Okay, so that's good to know. It's a good thing to know. Okay, so all these pads are in different mute groups, so none of them mute each other. So you can have these 16 play at the same time. That's what I'm going to show you. And you can actually come here to the edit clip function, and you'll see that if you press shift and then tap a pad, you just select the pad. The pad won't play, as opposed to touching the pad and it plays on you. So if you press shift and touch the pad, you can see that the mute groups, I've put the mute group from 17 to 32. So they're all in different mute groups, which means they can all play at the same time. Okay, again, if you can play up to 32 sounds per program at the same time, and they don't have to be lined up. You can just drop them in there and do whatever you want with them. This obviously sounds like shit, but the whole point is for you guys to see they can have, you know, a bunch of sounds playing at the same time. But yeah, you can have up to 64 sounds playing at the same time within the MPC, and that may be within a drum program or clip launch and whatever. So once you have a polyphony limit of 64, that's the amount of sounds you can play within the MPC, right? And so, yeah, you can have as many clip programs that you want. So you can actually save the program and just bring it in from whilst you're playing. You just come to the menu and say, "Oh, I want to bring that program in whilst this is playing," right? So a good thing to know as well is that you can add effects to the program and save the program, and each time you bring the program in, the same effects are built into that program. So, you know, you can create templates for live performance with the effects that you most like, and they'll be ready for you each time you bring the program in. So I think I've covered almost everything. There's also, if you want to change the colors to the pad, no, it's obvious you can do that. You just choose the color that you want to assign and touch the pad, and it changes the color. So choose the color, touch the pad, it changes the color. Pretty easy. It's really easy to work with clip launching. So you can use the full pad, the full banks, have as many sounds as you can put in there, 128, and 32, you can play 32 at a time. You have 32 mute groups. You can arrange them in any way you want. You can add effects to a pad as well, so you just come to the pad mixer, and then here you can choose the insert for each pad, and you can add effects to each pad. Again, you can save this and bring it in each time you want to bring that specific clip. Actually, the program. Each time you load the program, the effects will be available. And that's it. There are workarounds. There was a question, is there a workaround around the clip? Yeah, you can use, as I said, you can use drum programs. And you can just, now that we have the warp function, you can get really creative on the way that you do your stuff live. You don't actually need to use clip, although clip launching is a really good way. And I'm really excited, and I'm hoping that they can actually the 2.0 comes out real soon. Come here to the browser, sample assign. You can just assign that to that pad. Okay. And that's it.